All right, so like I stated to you guys before, I'm going to sit up there and stick with the main opinion that I have, since I can clearly see that the whole world is directly for Chris Rock. Like I said, people are going to agree to disagree. But while being on that main point of the world telling us who is a good black man versus who is a bad black man, right? And the world at this time has decided to tell, right, us, and they decided to act as though they really care about black men and what it is that is going on and inner workings. And like I said before, magically all of these individuals and these entities seemingly want to care, and they want things fixed and different things of that nature, when normally other things happen amongst black men, and the world seemingly doesn't care. But I'll save that one for a different video. In this video, I'm going to showcase to you quite a few celebrities and the hypocrisy in them wanting to speak out against this whole thing, and more so specifically Will Smith. So first on the list, we have Zoe Kravitz, who has been stated as going after Jaden Smith when he was nothing but 14 years old and being interested directly in him, and that she had to quote unquote check herself because she is a older woman. On top of the fact that Zoe Kravitz is also friends and acquaintances with Alexander Wang, who is the same exact person who decided to assault another individual, along with having sexual allegations and misconduct going on with his person and his name. But yet she feels that she has every single type of right at this moment in time to judge Will Smith openly about the mistake that took place on TV.
Will be really passionate. Jaden! Sorry. Ah!
There you are. Great. Perfect.
You made
I've
it.
been looking for you for the past forever.
I dragged him out tonight.
Oh my gosh.
Literally dragged you? This is my date.
Oh my gosh, I've been looking for you for 45 minutes
Don't leave.
casually.
I want to take this. Don't
Okay,
leave.
yes,
Don't leave.
I'm-
Hang on. Tell her how amazing she looks. Tell me how.
You look like something that you would find in like Willy Wonka's chocolate factory.
That's
Like,
right, that's
wow.
why I keep him around. Don't leave. Sorry, that's like my love of my life.
What did he say you look like? He
Willy
said,
Wonka is something in Willy Wonka. That's what like a 16-year-old says to you. It's a compliment. It's great. What was I saying? I don't know
he's
what
your
I was
date for
saying.
tonight.
Yes, I dragged him out. I texted him and I said you have to come, so he did.
Next, we have Nick Adams, who decided that he wanted to also take a jab directly at the Smith family, and he wanted to state that raise your sons to be like Kyle Rittenhouse and not Jaden Smith, right? Because he's making the reference towards, I guess, Jaden Smith at one point in time wearing a dress or skirt for one reason or another that clearly has no bearing or nothing to do with the situation that happened between two grown men. But he decided to want to attack somebody else's family and their child, stating that, hey, community out there, don't raise your kids like the Smiths. Don't let your kids be like the Smiths. Raise them to be like Kyle Rittenhouse, somebody that was acquitted of taking the lives of other individuals, on top of the fact of being filmed of also fighting a young woman at the moment in time. And of course, we're clearly not going to play that full-fledged video, but that video is clear cut online if you want to see the full thing of Kyle, the I'm now acquitted of murder Rittenhouse, deciding to go after and assault a young woman. So here we have Alec the Bow Baldwin, who decided that he wanted to, put his 2 cents directly in there, even though he went after his own 11-year-old daughter and called her a thoughtless little pig. Alec Baldwin has potentially, maybe at certain points in times, dealt with some other abuses there, along with physically assaulting the paparazzi on a numerous amount of occasions throughout his career. And also, last but not least, Alec the Bow Baldwin decided that, hey, I might potentially, take somebody's life on the set of a movie and still not just so happen to get charged, even though, it's on the set of a movie. I might have potentially pulled the trigger, and, it is what it is. But yet again, he's one of the main people that decides that he wants to put his 2 cents in when it deals with Will Smith and Chris Rock. So now we got OJ the Juice, quote unquote, I did it, quote unquote, if the glove don't fit, it must acquit Simpson, who decided that he wanted to give his 2 cents on specifically this incident and different things of that nature. And I'm highly baffled on why it is that OJ is even speaking on anything that might even pertain to any type of criminal activity, knowing the facts of the circumstances of the stories and everything that is still surrounding him and affecting him still to this date. But hey, somebody decided that it was a good idea to allow grandpa, after he got out of prison or jail, to get on social media, create him a platform, and just talk to, all the people, because he feels that he's still hip, he's still with it, he feels that he is still the juice, and that the public still, loves him at the end of the day. But just look at this video. You see, she's hyping up OJ Simpson. OJ Simpson is thinking that it's all good, and then she decides to look up and turn her face, and OJ just tries to go for it. And she's like, no, I'm not going to be another. Gotcha, bitch. Next, we have Kareem AbdulJabbar, who decided to release a statement against what it is that took place, right? And in the video that you are able to see, right, unlike with Chris Rock, right, where he was basically assaulted first and Chris Rock opted not to return the exact same energy, Kareem AbdulJabbar in a basketball game was assaulted, as you can clearly see. Kareem AbdulJabbar decided that he did not want to turn the other cheek as Chris Rock did, but he decided that he wanted to return the exact same energy during that exact same game. But yet this is the same exact person who wants to condemn and call out Will Smith for specifically what it is that he did. So now we have Jodie Smith, who is somebody that I covered before, and I ended up getting a lot of flack, a little bit of flack, right, when it came to that video. Now let me just remind people, right, she's married to a Caucasian individual who is the love of her life, which they have, a child or children with. And she is the one that actually proposed to him, and then he had to turn around and come directly out to social media and, in a sense, protect and condemn those who are judging her for being the one to actually propose to him, right? And then on top of that, she's the one that also listed the cat that got the cream, right? And then further listed that she was the same one who they first met due to the fact of dancing and then sexual encounters after that. So their relationship initially was not even based directly off of love. It was based off of lust, and then everything else last, right? And then on top of the fact that you have the same Jodie Smith who stated that finally saw Slave play last night, and wow, what an incredible feat. So proud to have been able to support it, right? Now, note yet again who she is married to, right? Note yet again how they met. Lust, not love. And yet again, remember, she just recently posted nude with her husband while he was in the position of being fully clothed, right? And then last but not least, this is the exact same woman who stated that the first time that she ever felt beautiful is when white men told her, or a white man told her, that she is beautiful. Last but not least, she is the exact same person who decided to tweet out, and as far as I am concerned about the incident, I'm still processing. I have secondhand embarrassment for all involved. And I'm pretty sure when people saw Queen and Slim and read a lot of your tweets and saw that you decided to pose nude with your Caucasian significant other, I'm pretty sure a lot of people in the Black community had secondhand embarrassment as well. Next, we have another Caucasian individual by the name of Judy Apatow, right, who stated that, alert at Amy Schumer, please do not go to the Vanity Fair party. Will Smith wants to talk to you about your monologue. Chris, I think you should take him all for all of his King Richard, Hitch money, right? And then you also have another example here, right? By Chris O'Fault. We are watching live on national TV a perfect example of how abuse of all kinds is tolerated every single day on film sets. Now, I want you guys to note the two, posts I have directly up there, right? The character by the name of Jude Apatow, right? He is pictured with James Franco, as you all know, or if some of you may know, James Franco has had numerous amounts of occasions with a variety of lawsuits and different things of that nature, right? When dealing with women, right? We got Busy Phillips says that James Franco assaulted her on Freaks and Geeks set. And then James Franco agreed to over $2 million settlement in a sexual misconduct lawsuit. Pretty interesting that a person, right, would decide to speak on Will Smith, knowing the caliber, right, of people that he decides to side and align himself directly with. Interesting. So we must go to the next one here, which is Hailey Bieber, right, who is Justin Bieber's wife, right? And she decided at a point in time in her life that she wanted to, in a sense, say the N-word as well. That she wanted to mouth the lyrics.
What up, Jay?
Music.
What's up, Justin? Good morning, Justin.
Directly on social media, as if that was something cool to directly do, and then decide to directly delete that after, right? And this is the exact same person who then talked about with at Cody Simpson and the awkward moment when you're at a Chinese restaurant.
What up, Jay?
Next.
What's up, Justin? Good morning, Justin.
Smack you back into your own country. Next one. I never knew I could make somebody so upset. Truly, I am so sorry you're this upset. Lord have mercy. I hope I'm never this upset about someone I don't know. Right? Yet, if you look at the video,
what up, Jay?
What's
up, Justin? Good morning, Justin.
The vehicle in an angry fashion. When he closes the door, he's closing that directly on his wife, right? He is her husband. He couldn't even stand there in his anger, hold the door, wait for her to get out of the car, hold the door for her.
What up, Jay?
What's
up, Justin? Good morning, Justin.
And then walk with his wife. Like I said before, I'm letting the evidence speak for itself when I state that you'll have men out here that will clearly show you who women are when they are in a relationship with them, and clearly she is
what up, Jay? What's up, Justin? Good morning, Justin.
By all means, you have full-fledged right to judge Will Smith even with the actions that you've set forth. So next at this moment in time that you can clearly see in front of you, this is Bette Midler, right? She made a few different tweets. Her one main tweet that she decided to state, she didn't want to say nothing much, but she agreed with Kareem AbdulJabbar on what he stated about Will Smith, and she posted it on Twitter and said, nailed it. But previously, Bette Midler has been in the crosshairs in social media due to the fact of statements like this. Hashtag Joe Jackson is dead, and hallelujah, a monster who ate his own children like an old Grecian myth. I hated every minute he was alive. All times are strange, but this is really beyond the pale. Would Quincy Jones like to weigh in? Always interested, right? And that was Michael Jackson's father, right? Next one we have, and this is the greatest one of them all. She said, quote, women are the N-word of the world. They have been harmed, beaten, enslaved, married off, worked like dumb animals, denied education and inheritances, enduring the pain of danger of childbirth and life in silence for thousands of years. They are the most disrespected creatures on earth. Wow, that sounds pretty similar to black women. That's crazy to me. Everything that she literally just listed off as a Caucasian woman, that sounds eerily similar to every single thing that I've ever heard black women state about their existence on this planet. But here you have a Caucasian individual by the name of Bette Midler, who is wealthy and who is privileged, who is speaking as though she is, in a sense, from these very same circumstances as black women. And even more so, she said that in general, it's not just black women, but it's women at heart who are the real N-word, and everything that they have to suffer through, and the treatment and the disrespect and everything else. Look at that. It's amazing how at one moment Europeans can come through and just Columbus a continent, and then in a very next moment, thousands of years in the future, you have those very same Europeans, they're women to be exact, who can come through and Columbus the experiences and the woes that black women have had to go through and face throughout history.
Here comes a new challenger!
Goes for Roman Polanski, for the pianist. The Academy congratulates Roman Polanski and accepts this award on his behalf.
So just in case people don't understand why it is that I decided to put this last, is because I wanted to showcase to you that a lot of these celebrities who want to speak out against Will Smith, or who even might want to utter or breathe or have an opinion, are a part of larger things that I tell you guys a lot that the media tends not to really put out there. And Roman Polanski, just in case you might not know, or you might sort of kind of know, back in 1977, then 43-year-old film director Roman Polanski was arrested and charged in Los Angeles with 6 offenses against Samantha Grimmer, a 13-year-old girl. Right, and he did a whole bunch of other things to that minor at the time, and he also decided at that point in time that he wanted to plead guilty, or however it basically goes, so that he can get the other initial charges dismissed in exchange for a plea of lesser charges of endangering a minor. So he's basically admitting / not admitting right to the things that he decided to do, right? And some people are like, well, maybe he is an innocent man, right? But then this is the other part. Before that there was even a chance that he might receive jail time or prison time, you know what Roman Polanski decided to do? He decided to run away, right? He ran away, and he fled to France in February of 1978, hours before he was due to be formally sentenced. Since then, Polanski has mostly lived in France and has avoided visiting any countries that are likely to extradite him back to the United States. So just remember that. So like I keep telling you guys before, that you have a lot of these elites and different things of this nature that are into a lot of these things. Everybody that is clapping for Roman Polanski knows his history, and they know exactly what he is about and what he likes to do and what he is into. And they all know that he ran directly away. But guess what? The Academy decided that, hey, we're going to still award him for him being a filmmaker and an excellent human being. We're still going to sit up there and award him. Right? And these are some of the same exact people that you see in this shot and many more that decide that they want to speak against Will Smith at the end of the day. Look at that. That is highly interesting. Highly interesting that they would decide to speak on Will Smith, but yet they don't speak on one of their own, who is Roman Polanski, who ran away from the law.
Let's go crazy!
And then last but not least, right? We gotta say the other best for last, right? So we have another film director / actor by the name of Woody Allen, right? If people don't know who Woody Allen is, he's been in the game for decades, right? And he was with a woman by the name of Mia Farrow. Mia Farrow decided to make a tweet stating that this is the Oscars' ugliest moment, when clearly I showed you the greatest, ugliest moment of the Oscars ever. There was probably actually more, right? But I decided just to leave those out, just to have the video short, right? And a beautifully melanated woman came back with a shot. She was like, ain't your ex-husband married to your oldest daughter? So if people don't understand, let me just read this off to you, right? Suni Previn is the adopted daughter of actress Mia Farrow, who's the woman that is calling the moment in between Chris Rock and Will Smith the ugliest moment, and musician Andre Previn, and the wife of filmmaker Woody Allen. Suni Previn is notable for her relationship with Allen, who was her adoptive mother's boyfriend for over 10 years. Previn's relationship with Allen became national news in 1992. And Soon Yi Previn has children, Bechet Allen and Manzi Toy Allen, who both are the children of Woody Allen, who is in a sense her stepfather. So you can let that be exactly where it is. And Woody Allen is highly decorated when it comes to Hollywood as well, winning all types of awards, right? Working with all different types of people. And like I said before, all of these individuals know exactly who Woody Allen is, what he is about, and what he is directly into. But yet they want to keep that hush hush and act like, oh, this is the Oscars' ugliest moment. I can't believe that this has ever happened in the history of the Oscars. We've never seen anything like this before. You're right, because all of your stuff you like to sweep directly under the rug. And the main reason that people keep talking about this is why? Because they can label it black on black. But like I said before, people can, agree to disagree. And people can also keep falling into the fact that you're allowing society, aka Caucasian society, to tell you who is a good black man and who is not a good black man.